What's all this travel stuff? What's everyone talking about? They're going out of town, coming back in, and they're doing all these numbers. Well, the number one reason we travel is because of the lifestyle that it creates for us and our loved ones. One of the reasons we travel is because whenever you go out of town, we've discovered that you have no distractions versus if you stayed at home. And sure, you could work some leads at home, but when you do that, other distractions seem to come up, such as the lawn needs mowing or the laundry needs to get done or your children are coming in trying to get your attention and your spouse may ask you to run an errand here and there. Whereas if you're focused, which is the only way we have discovered to focus is if you travel, you go out of town. Whenever you go out of town, you're there to work. I mean, we leave on a Friday afternoon generally. We'll have appointments lined up all day Saturday, all day Sunday, fly back in on Monday, and all of a sudden we realize we are writing double digits in policies. Sure, you can do that at home, but to do that consistently, you've got to travel. That's what experience has taught us. For example, I often tell people about Ralph Simpson's story. When he first started in the business, his first year, he didn't want to travel. He just wanted to work leads in his own backyard. So from January to September of 2004, working leads just in his backyard. Didn't even want to travel to Dallas from Colleyville. That was considered traveling for Ralph. He made about $80,000, which is not bad. That's a good income for a lot of people. But all of a sudden, he started looking at that lead list and said, I wonder what would happen if I follow these leads. What would happen if I decided to travel? So he decided to give it a try. Well, when he did, in those last 3 months, October, November, and December of that same year from traveling, Ralph made another $200,000. Now, I think that's worth traveling, don't you? Now he's pumped, and that's when he started to run that ad and decided to start recruiting and building his team and teaching his team to travel. So one of the people that he recruited was Robert Wallace. Robert Wallace came in and asked Ralph, what do I need to do? How do I do what you do? He listened. He was teachable. He was coachable. Ralph told him, you must travel. You've got to get out there. You've got to travel. So he said, okay, whatever you tell me to do, that's what I'm going to do. So he went out. Robert Wallace, his first weekend, wrote $19,000 in premium. His first weekend. Now, chances are high that would not have happened if he had stayed home and just worked a few leads in his backyard. I did the same thing. I remember when I came aboard just a few months ago, I asked Ralph, what do I need to do? He said, you got to hop on a plane. You need to travel if you want to make the big bucks. So I did. I hopped on the plane, went out, wrote $6,000. The next weekend, $18,000. So several weekends after that, I've done consistently $20,000, $22,000. One weekend, over $30,000 in 3 days. All because I traveled, because I went out there to work. I was there. I was focused. And if you want to write double digits in policies, the only way to do that consistently and make the bucks, and make the big bucks, we like to say, that the other agents are making, is to consistently travel. Travel results in more written business than most insurance agents write the entire month or even year with some companies. Another reason we travel, think about it, the money factor. A lot of agents will say, well, how can you afford to travel? What about the cost? Is it profitable? Is it profitable? Well, let's do a little bit of math. Your average travel cost is about $600. Now, keep in mind, we're not staying in the Ritz-Carlton or a Roach Motel. Something like a 2 or 3 star hotel is all you need. Just a clean and a safe place to shower and sleep. Remember, you're there to work. Plus your lead cost, which is going to average about $600. So let's say the total is about $1,200 average. If you figure you come in and you write a $20,000 weekend, which is not uncommon for the Globetrotters, that's what we call our travelers, $20,000 at a 55% contract equals $11,000 minus your $1,200 travel and lead cost equals $9,800 commission. Now let's just figure if only even half of that went through. You're still at $4,900 profit. Not bad for a weekend. I'd say it's worth traveling, wouldn't you?